Hi, I was inspired today to come and talk to you as your higher self, as your soul. At this time, you are probably very much stuck in a mental space. It is kind of hard not to when there are so many things going on in the world, so many catastrophes. Naturally, will put us in fear, and certain people are going to benefit from it being that way. So, that's why I recently felt like I am one of those people who has been activated to speak for humanity, to speak for what I want humanity to be like. I am casting my vote by showing up here and telling you what your soul wants you to know. And if you are attracted to this message, then chances are you will you will benefit from listening to it. So, the first thing that I wanted to ask you is what can you do today to make a difference? You know, what is one little thing that you can do to make someone's day better? You don't have to be thinking of big things that seem way out of your comfort zone, but big or small, it doesn't matter. Just like they say that every vote counts, every act of kindness counts. It really does. I want to convey to you the power of this kindness because I don't know if you understand what it does at a somatic level to people when someone else shows up with kindness for us. It has a profound healing effect on us. We it's like we restored our faith in humanity. Think about it. People say that it's the little things that count. They say that, don't they? Yet we don't keep it in mind as so true that we actually act from that knowing. We we go and do the things that are expected of us, but the little things, the extra, the thing that makes everything more magical, we reserve that. We don't give that. And I know, I have experienced that the things that are bothering me so much about someone are the things that I end up missing. And it is always very, very hard to find yourself missing something that you had available to you, but you just couldn't see it. Okay? So, little things do matter. There is a barrier that you have to giving fully from your heart because you run from difficult emotion instead of allowing them to shift. The things that will put so much pressure on you to change, those are the things that we run away from. Noticing the emotions that make it so much more painful to stay the same than to change. Those are the emotions that we don't want to listen to. It's so confusing because we want to feel better. So naturally, why would we do the things that make us feel uncomfortable? It is important to discern the difference between something that is in alignment or out of alignment. Discomfort is inevitable. It is currency to progress. You will not go anywhere, get anywhere in life without effort. Seriously, the confusion comes because we confuse the discomfort that effort brings with the situation being out of alignment for us. There's an invitation today to shift the focus from us needing to feel heavy about what's going on in the world. We need to show up as the people who come with solutions, not with just feelings of doom or numbing ourselves so that we don't have to feel it. It is It is painful and scary, but it is also so obvious that the way that we have been doing things isn't working, that there's also hope. A lot of people are out there on the internet speaking about how to level up and how to be the best version of yourself and how to access God mode, right? Essentially. And I want you to know that all these people, some of them do seem a bit opportunistic, but in the end, their message isn't wrong. It's just that the message should go beyond reaching God mode, and actually pay attention to what needs our attention, which is our planet, humanity. So yes, all the people out there coaching and doing spiritual work, I want us to go beyond just reaching like self-actualization, or I want to see more people speak about how we can be there for each other, creative ways to how we can be there for each other. This is the way that I felt called to. It's been a while that I feel like I need to channel messages for the collective. Lately, I don't feel fulfilled if I don't just come in and do something to put my services out there. So the reason that I am talking to you about effort is because it does take effort for us to show up differently, to think differently than how we are used to. It takes a lot of effort. And because it takes a lot of effort, we get it confused with the situation being out of alignment. So the situation is not out of alignment just because it makes you feel uncomfortable. And a lot of people, a lot of us need help sometimes making that distinction. That discernment isn't as obvious as some people make it seem. So many people come on the internet and speak about situations being very black and white. If this, then that. Period. And some of it, but some of it is full of nuances that they need to be taken into consideration. The devil is in the details. The details is what gives alignment to the situation. The details is what, as understanding the details is what is going to help you make an aligned choice. And putting effort into the thing that is aligned with you, it doesn't lead to burnout. It leads to prosperity and satisfaction in the end. The more that we continue to keep that wall in our heart and not pay attention to it as to what it is that we desire, what it is that feels in alignment with us. Like, we're not going to be able to train ourselves to understand how to even begin to find alignment if we don't first drop the wall. So I think the small assignment from your soul today is to do something different, or something, what? Make a difference in someone's life today. Just something small. Just think about all the times that something very small a person was doing was so annoying, but after they're gone is the thing that you miss. Hmm? It's really very sweet to pay attention, to notice. And we are so trained right now to put ourselves first and to just want instant gratification all the day scrolling, and it's very hard for us to be here and pay attention to what's in front of us, who's in front of us. And so yeah, we are very disconnected, whether you see it or not. You are. I am not going to make a big statement like, if you are a spiritual person then you should be at peace, because that can be a very tall order for someone. But moving in the direction of what feels aligned. It's better than staying the same. So, effort, yeah, your relationship with effort, because we see where the world is going, and putting more effort feels like unnecessary, feels like what for? What is it all for? Well, I believe that it is all for humanity. We need to unite. We need to unite instead of divide further because we're scared. So, if this message resonates with you, I think that you should also speak up the same way that I am speaking up, and try to put messages out there that are of hope and faith, so that we combat all this fear mongering going on. Not to deny that isn't there or that is not true, but to not let it win. The way that they keep putting messages out there to scare us, the same way we can combat those messages with light. That is the war that we are fighting. The war for our humanity. And it is really those little acts of kindness, those random acts of kindness, that make a big difference and restore people's faith in humanity to begin with. Like when somebody does something random that is nice for you, isn't that the vibe? There are still good people out there. There are still people who pay attention. There are still people who listen. There are still people who get involved. We have become so respectful of each other's boundaries. Even us from our boundaries is like, okay, you don't like this, then I'm not gonna make you go through that. Like, yeah, our sensitivity really should be better used. And this is how we can use our sensitivity for a purpose that is bigger than us, that it's actually going to do something good for humanity and not just divide us further because they are triggering us. Yeah. I hope my message made sense. That's all I wanted to say. Yeah, discernment. Seriously, don't hesitate to reach out to people, to friends, and talk about what's going on with you. Give them the chance to be there for you. And then you will start finding those who want to be there for you. And you will start belonging in a community rather than just being by yourself, very proud of your own boundaries, but desperate to connect, because that's why you are on social media all day, scrolling and posting, and because you want to connect. So be mindful of that. Go make someone's day nice.